My name is Grace Brewster Murray Hopper, but most people called me Amazing Grace. I was born in 1906 in New York City, in a time when computers didn't exist and when women weren't expected to dream too big. But I was never good at doing what was expected. When I was 7, I took apart every clock in our house. My mother didn't scold me. She just said, "You've got to put them back together now." That's how it started. My curiosity was louder than any rule. I studied math at Vassar College, earned my PhD at Yale, and joined the U.S. Navy during World War II. They handed me a massive machine, the Harvard Mark I, 51 feet long, hundreds of wires, thousands of switches. It was noisy, complicated, and stubborn. I loved it instantly. People called it a computer, but to me it was a student, one that needed to learn. So I decided to teach it. I believed computers could understand human language, not just numbers and symbols, but logic, commands, and maybe even dreams. When I told my team I wanted to create a compiler, something that could translate English into machine code, they laughed. They said, "Grace, computers can't understand English." And I said, "Then we'll make them learn." And they did. That little experiment became the foundation of COBOL, one of the first programming languages in the world. It made computers accessible to businesses, scientists, and to anyone with an idea. If you're using a computer today, you're walking on the road I helped build. But here's what I learned along the way. The hardest battles aren't against machines. They're against minds that say, "We've always done it this way." I heard that phrase everywhere I went. Every time I tried to innovate, someone tried to stop me. But progress has no gender. It doesn't care if you're a man in uniform or a woman with a question. It just needs someone brave enough to ask, why not? In my later years, I used to carry a little piece of wire, exactly 11.8 inches long. I called it a nanosecond. That's how far electricity travels in a billionth of a second. I'd hand it to my students and say, "Don't waste your nanoseconds, because time, even a billionth of it, matters." I spent 85 years chasing questions and teaching people not to fear the unknown. And if there's one thing I want to tell you now, it's this. Don't wait for permission to be brilliant. Don't let anyone tell you that you don't belong in science or math or engineering. You belong wherever your curiosity takes you. When I started, there were no role models who looked like me, so I became one, not for fame, but for possibility. So if you're sitting there wondering if you can change the world, yes, you can. You don't have to follow the old code. You can write your own. I'm Grace Hopper. I built languages for machines, but my real mission was to give a voice to dreamers like you. And if I could do all that in a time when women weren't even supposed to try, then imagine what you can do today. I'm Grace Hopper, the woman who taught computers to speak. The most dangerous phrase is, "We've always done it this way."